Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on the WITN First Alert Desk at 8 o'clock. I'm Gigi Barnett. Happy Election Day. Hopefully you all are heading to the polls. If you have not done so during the early voting period, the polls did open at 6:30 this morning, so they are open, ready to go. If you're heading if you want to go right before work, they're going to be open until 7:30 tonight. So if you also want to check it out after work, you do have that option as well. I'm going to pull up just a little FYI, things that you should know ahead of the municipal races that are going on today. We do have a little graphic that I made this morning concerning Election Day this year. So Election Day is for all these municipal races across eastern North Carolina. Like I mentioned, polls are already open, so go out. Get out and vote. They'll be closing at 7:30. If you do get in line by 7:30, you still will be able to vote, so keep that in mind. Like we said, we'll be casting ballots for local governing bodies, including mayoral candidates, city council members, and then other maybe Board of Education members as well, really dependent on your town, city, where you're located. We do want to keep in mind that we're going to be keeping our eyes on the runoff for the New Bern mayor seat. That election happened back in October, but a runoff was requested for the mayoral race between current Mayor Jeffrey Odom and candidate Holly Raby. And then we'll also be seeing a runoff for Ward 4 alderman seats down in New Bern as well. So for this specific election day, you are assigned to a certain polling place, and that's all dependent on your residence, where your address is located. If you want to find out where that is, you can go over to our website. We do have a story all about Election Day today, and you'll find a link to the North Carolina State Board of Elections voter search tool. So there you can look up your name, you can look up your address to see where you need to go for your polling location today. So an exciting day. Please do exercise your vote. It is our right, and it looks like it's going to be a really nice day for it as well. Before we're going to get into the forecast for it all, we do have a story that I meant to talk about earlier today. Down in Jones County, they are looking to continue improving their public safety sector down there. They have added new additional emergency services buildings, which is really great to see that they're encompassing more of their county, setting up new buildings so that their response times are more effective, more responsive. So, okay, I was going to say, feel free, but let's check it out.
For the opening of a new emergency services facility on the county's east side, which officials say will improve response times.
The quicker we can get to someone, the better chance they have of surviving, whether it be a stroke, a heart attack, a traumatic injury, any of those sort of things.
This building is on land south of Pollocksville, purchased from Francis Parker Hughes, whose father bought the property in 1945. She says he would be happy to see it used this way.
Oh, he would be, he said, wow, really? This is really quite impressive. It really is.
Also on Monday, the ribbon cutting for the newly renovated Emergency Operations Center. The building more than doubled in size.
So the Emergency Operations Center is the hub for all resources during natural disasters or all hazards. So that facility is going from 400 square feet to approximately 1,600 square feet.
First responders.
All right, well, nice to hear that they've been able to not only add new locations, but also expanding their existing ones.
Yeah, and it was nice to see the weather was good for that yesterday,
yes.
And we're going to keep that nice weather rolling along. And I think really all the way through the weekend before we see a big drop in the air temps coming as we get into next week. But that's next week. Let's talk about this morning, although it is chilly out there right now. Air temps out the door generally in, I would say, mid-40s inland areas right now, some 50s out on the coast. Let's go over to the weather computer and we'll take a look. 50 as we look through the pirate cam right now. Those air temps back towards the mid, maybe upper 60s, I think, later this afternoon. We get out to Saturday. Pirate fans, a big home game, homecoming. It is homecoming, Gigi, right?
Yes, this
weekend,
is homecoming weekend.
A homecoming game Saturday, 3 p.m., the kickoff. And I'm talking temps in the mid-70s, pre-game, tailgating, and a kickoff. The wind's at about 10 to 15 out of the west. That wind may shift a little bit as we get closer, but the bulk of the data does show 70s tailgating. That's some nice stuff. Looking really good. As we get into the game, we'll dip into the 60s, but no rapid drop on the thermometer and no dropping rain on the game. We're talking rain chances zilcho by game time. There might be something sunrise Saturday, but that's about it. Not seeing much at all. All right, down to the coast. Morehead City at 52, sun-drenched degrees. Grifton showing 48. Down in southern Pitt County. I'll be casting my vote down there in a few hours. 49 New Bern through the Neuse River camera. And again, if you're going to be out voting today, no worries. A little chilly now with our 40s easing into the 50s. Let me get the rest of those numbers on there. 67-ish degrees if you're going out this afternoon. A lot of you probably clocking out of work and then headed to the precincts. Temperatures easing into the 50s as we get towards sunset this evening. That sunset around 5:15. All right, forecast again looking good. I've got mid-50s on the coast, north wind at about 5 to 10. This is where we're going to end up this afternoon. Shy of 70 by a few clicks. This is close to normal, seasonable, typical, average. We hit about 69 generally in early November. We'll be maybe a degree or two shy of that on the beaches. Outer Banks, low 60s, mid-60s, Crystal Coast. And yeah, the surf temps chilly, mid-60s, but walking the beaches today, it's a really nice day for it. Sunny skies, winds a little bit brisk on the Outer Banks, but generally a little closer to 10 on the Crystal Coast. High tide was back at 5:30 a.m., so we're dropping the tide. We'll come down to our low tide around noon today. Enjoy. If you're headed out to the beach, some nice weather. You can get some really good rates on lodging out there as we get out of beach season. All right. Temps 60s to 70s today, tomorrow. Tomorrow morning will be chilly again with calm winds, clear skies, generally dry air. We'll get down to about 40 tomorrow morning. Little touch of frost maybe inland. And then next week, the much more significant chill down coming in. Watch the big map. We'll roll along, synoptic scale map we call this. High pressure bringing quiet weather along the East Coast. When I say high pressure, it means exactly what it implies. The weight of the air is high, and that means sinking air. You need rising air to get rain. High pressure generally implies good weather, sinking air. You can see all that sunshine up and down the East Coast. And that big H, not really going anywhere, hanging around through the end of the week. Weak fronts will try to sneak in with little success. One of those comes tomorrow evening, another one there Thursday into Thursday midday. Again, a little cool down Thursday, but no rain out of that. We get into Friday and on into the weekend. That ridge still down there over the southeast, just offshore. Still no rain coming in. Friday night, another front comes through. Doesn't bring much cooler air. In fact, 70s for the weekend. Check it out. 71 Friday to 74 Saturday. And then Sunday, front's getting closer, much stronger front. Late day shower, maybe into the evening. Not much rain, 30%. The winds pick up Sunday, and I could have slapped a breezy on Monday as well. A different kind of wind though Monday. We go from the mid-70s to the mid-50s, and the overnights rolling on down Monday night towards 34, and then maybe even colder than that Tuesday night. And I'm seeing lows maybe 30, 31 degrees Tuesday night. So potential freeze coming early next week. Headed there, great stuff. From today all the way through the weekend, little to no rain. Temperatures very agreeable. Cool mornings, chilly mornings, cool afternoons with that big chill snap, that big cold push coming Monday into Tuesday.
Yeah, it's truly coming now. Yeah. I know these last few weeks we've been seeing just touches of these cool, chill mornings.
Yeah.
But now we're really
Some folks have seen a little bit of frost. I had somebody actually call me in the studio yesterday, tell me that down in Lenore County they had a little touch of frost over the weekend. But as far as a widespread heavy frost, we've avoided it so far. Mm-hmm. We're right in the heart of that time for it to happen now. This is actually running a little bit late for it, but we should get there next week.
Okay, got it. Well, thank you for the update, Jim, and thank you everyone for joining us this morning. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and hopefully you can get out and head to the polls today if you haven't voted yet. Happy Election Day.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.